Our reporter, Velile Mbuli, who attended a symposium in Gqeberha, is going to be taking us through those proceedings.
This is where SM Sports Consulting is hosting the two-day performance analysis and technical scouting symposium, a brainchild of these two sons of the soil in the province of the Eastern Cape. Sinesipho Mali, of course, the chief analyst, performance analyst at Bafana Bafana, and also recently appointed at Skokune as well. Talking of recent appointments as well at Amakosi, Tembela Maliwa is the head of scouting and also recruitment at Kaizer Chiefs, recently appointed as well. Sinesipho, just about this symposium, we've seen the coaches, the excitement that's here. This whole idea, where does it come from?
It comes from me and my big brother next to me. We've had this discussion for many years in terms of what we want to do. And I think it intensified more this year. You know, when we then finally decided that, you know what, we want to do this. And we took a decision that we want to start it here in our own home of the soil in the Eastern Cape. Because a simple example that I always say that, thanks to my mother, getting a job in Pretoria when I was 13 years old to move to Pretoria. But I always wonder, Sinesipho, born in Ngqalane in King Williamstown, that might not have an opportunity to go stay in Pretoria because of my mother. I really wonder, with the type of talent that I have, that you have seen this talent now representing all the national teams, working for the biggest club in the country, and now continue to working for one of the best and fastest growing club in Skokune United. You know, just imagine me growing up in Ngqalane, I don't think I would have been able to reach this level. So one of the main visions that we have is to ensure that the next Sinesipho, with a talent like mine, not only in the rural areas of the Eastern Cape, but in any part of the country, that through us and through our story, they're able to source some source of inspiration and look to dream beyond and to realize that they can achieve their dreams regardless of where they come from. That's why #InspireBeyond.
I know this is something that we've been talking about for a very long time. You scout in this kind of environments in the province. I mean, this is something that you would have done even when you discovered Urevolto Kutsie way back. But from your side on the technical scouting, I think there's also going to be a lot of interest when you present tomorrow. But what drove you to start this initiative with Sinesipho and ensure that people here on the ground get to be part of this?
Yeah, look, as my friend Sinesipho has alluded, we've planned this for many years. We wanted to do it a few years ago, but I think the time was not right at that time. But look, I'm the scout, and we feel and we believe that another terror somewhere. There's another scout that could come somewhere, probably in the Eastern Cape or somewhere. Because there's a lot of people that have been calling us, want us to mentor them on scouting, on analysis. And sometimes we don't have time for that. We do have some that we help them. But I believe that the reason why we did this was just to come back to the people and said, listen, you can be a scout, not a coach sometimes, even though the background you have to start to being a coach in a grassroots level. But I believe that people want to be scouts and they don't know how to be a scout. And at times, people feel like they are scouts, but they don't know the do's and don'ts of scouting. So the reason for this is that we want to tell them and show them that what is scouting? What are the importance of scouting? What do you do in scouting? So that if he doesn't want to be a coach tomorrow, he wants to be a scout, he wants to be an analyst, and this is where we come from with the idea to say, let's sit together, let's talk about this. People are talking about coaches in our clubs, but behind coaches, there's an analyst, there's a scout. People, they need to know that what are the scouts doing and so forth.
I was looking at the list of speakers, and I mean, even the session that we've just had with Coach Shoti, Coach Mushin Eshugral is also coming here, and Tera was also alluding to some of his learnings and also the experience of working with Rulani, even at Sundowns. Rulani will also be part of this. Just the list, what went behind the list that you brought here?
Yeah, I think myself and him being creative brains, there was a lot of brainstorming of 2 a.m. phone calls at times, trying to really create this hybrid sort of an approach into the conference. And the main idea was also to create the right balance. Like, I'll make an example. When you have someone like me at 31 talking about performance analysis, and you have someone like Coach Mushin, who did this already in 1999 when he first arrived in South Africa, with his advanced training methods, with his advanced technological use to support the coaching process. So we are really trying to create that right balance and create an objective referencing from those who have the practical experience and success behind applying some of the latest trends and methods that we are talking about. So that was the bit of an idea. But also with Coach Shoti and also someone like Coach Rulani is to bring in the element of national team, international level, and then you have somebody who has also worked in different parts of the country to bring in a different aspect, so that the guys can have a holistic overview of what it takes to create and also have a high performance environment in their respective environments.
But you guys, when you do this in the Eastern Cape, the first thing you'll think about is that, okay, people are from the Eastern Cape. But I'm listening to people who are raising their hands, speakers from all over the country.
Yeah, look, we decided to bring this into this province because we felt like, if you look, for instance, in football in the country, you felt like that the Eastern Cape has been left behind in some times, So we thought, why not? This is the province that our parents came from, who were born here. Then we decided to bring it in the province. And I think with the support, maybe from the government or from anyone, this could be much bigger than this. But there's always a step number one, And this is why I think the reason why we decided...
But I would expect that government would support this. Why is government not supporting this?
I think also, especially when we achieved it, what we achieved at AFCON, myself and Ronwen, as being the only two Eastern Cape-born kids from that successful Bafana team. And a week after, I was invited by the Premier to join the opening of the province. And also there was a nice statement from the office of the MEC that they will support initiatives that will come to give back and to also ensure that we inspire the next Sinesipho. So that is, again, some of the things that we filtered in to say this is the right time to really do it while we are still there, so that we can be able to really have massive impact in our province. So yes, we do hope that, of course, we do get that support, because without the government support, we don't want to make this the last one here in the Eastern Cape, but it will be difficult to come back if we don't get the right sort of support.